Nestakar from Galpin of Cybersecurity Branch, studying in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Today's subject is Civil Engineering, and the topic is landfill, causes of landfill, criteria for selection of location of landfill, and urban flood control. Now, coming to landfill, what is a landfill? Basically, a landfill site, also known as a tip dump, rubbish dump, garbage dump, or dumping ground, is a site or place for the disposal of solid waste materials. Landfill is the oldest and the most common form of waste disposal. Coming to see, as you as you can see in this slide, how a landfill appears. Tons of solid waste, that is garbage or solid waste, is being thrown at a place and making it unsuitable for any cultivation or agriculture. The reasons for a landfill. The first reason is population growth. The increase in the rate of population has got negative effects on the environment. The more the population, the more the waste is being dumped in the landfills waste. Agricultural waste has also increased owing to rise in demand for food. The waste from the agriculture is mainly for animal manure, crop remains, worn out agricultural produce, and farm remains. And some other reasons for an landfill are soil waste. This tops the list to increase the amount in landfills. Solid waste includes waste from markets, hotels, hospitals, houses, schools, malls, and so on. Food waste, broken furniture, plastics and electrical items, electronic goods, wires, cables, hospital waste from malls are all included in solid waste. Industrial and construction waste. The industrial and construction waste include waste from refineries, wood, metal, metal waste from power plants, and from construction sites. All this adds up to fill the landfills. That 95% of these are biodegradable. Criteria for construction of landfills. The area of land should be large enough to hold quantities of trash. It's obvious that for selecting a location for a landfill, the area of the land should be large enough to hold the specified amount of solid waste or trash. The bottom area of the land or the pit should be watertight in the sense that no water should seep into the ground or groundwater. The flow of water in the area should be diagnosed as to prevent rainwater runoff. The impact of landfills to the nearby land should be assessed. The historical and archaeological value of area of the landfill needs to be assessed. Selection of landfills. Geological and hydrogeological conditions. The site should be geologically stable and free from seismic activity. That is, the land should be not prone to earthquake and volcanic eruption areas, flood prone areas, and areas with high water tables to prevent contamination of groundwater. Soil quality, and this factor plays a major role in the selection of landfills criteria. The soil at the site should be suitable for waste disposal with low permeability to minimize the migration of contaminants into the surrounding environment, so that the soil itself engulfs most of the solid waste and it doesn't spread to the surrounding areas. Coming to same that adequate land availability. Sufficient land area is required to accommodate waste disposal needs for an extended period, taking into account projected population growth and waste generation rates. Accessibility and transportation infrastructure. The site should have convenient access to transportation routes, including roads, railways, and waterways, to facilitate waste transportation. Environmental and ecological considerations. Potential impacts on sensitive ecosystem habitats, endangered species, wetlands, or protected areas should be assessed and minimized. Urban flood control. What is the urban flood control? Urban flood control involves various strategies and methods aimed at managing and mitigating flood risks within urban areas. These strategies typically include the construction and maintenance of drainage systems, stormwater management facilities, retention ponds, green infrastructure like permeable pavements or green roofs, flood barriers, and zoning regulations to prevent construction in high risk flood zones. It's obvious that any skyscraper buildings or or a high story building should not be constructed at a high risk flood zones to prevent the collapse collapse of buildings when a flood arrives. Methods involved in urban flood control: stormwater management, building and maintaining drainage systems, sewers and canals to efficiently divert excess water away from urban areas during heavy rainfall. That's important point. Green infrastructure, implementing permeable pavements, green roofs, rain gardens and vegetated swales to absorb and manage stormwater, reducing runoffs and improving water absorption. Flood walls and barriers, building physical barriers like levees, flood flood walls and embankments along rivers or in flood prone areas to prevent water from inundating urban spaces. Channelizing, channelization and diversions, modifying natural water courses, creating channels or diverting water to control its flow, building banks along the river and building dams and reduce the impact of flooding on urban areas. Urban planning and zoning, developing regulations and land use plans that prevent construction in flood prone areas or incorporate flood resistant building designs. That's it, guys. Thank you.